Today I'm going to find out how I can eat all the ice cream I want and still have the body of an action movie superhero. Let's get started. I don't know which flavor.
This is the Tesla Model S, the first ever electric car to win Motor Trend's Car of the Year. The engine is super small. It fits neatly between the rear wheels. The small engine allows it to have the most cargo space out of any car in its class. The 17-inch touchscreen display is the largest display interface of any production car. And this car is incredibly safe. The machine used to test roof crush resistance broke down when the Model S was being tested.
Listen to that engine silence.
Beautiful.
Is this amazing?
Yeah.
Danielle Dani Shaick. Danielle is the owner of Dani Health and Nutrition Services in Vancouver and Victoria, BC. She is a nutrition expert, registered dietitian, and has helped thousands of people lose weight and get the superhero body of their dreams.
Okay, so Danielle, like, what do you do? What's your official title?
Registered dietitian.
Registered dietitian.
Yeah.
So do people come to you for losing weight, or they come to you for health issues? For everything, kind of?
Pretty much everything. I see everybody. Weight loss is generally a part of it, but
Right.
definitely people, men, I see a lot of, people coming in high cholesterol, high blood sugars or diabetes,
Right.
Issues like that.
That are all related to diet.
Yeah.
Because your diet, like what you eat, you know the old saying, you are what you eat.
Yeah.
If you eat terrible things, maybe you're not so great.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so here's the thing. I like ice cream a lot.
All right.
Like, I like a lot of ice cream. So how can I continue eating ice cream and still maintain my
Physique. Yes.
physique? Is the
Yes.
word I was
Yes.
thinking of. I didn't want to be presumptuous and say physique, but that's exactly what I was thinking.
I mean, you can eat it every day if you want.
You can?
Well, if you can keep a small portion. I mean, if you're like a lot of people, especially a lot of guys, it might be a lot easier to cut it out completely than have a little small half-cup portion every day. It might be sort of palm of my hand.
You don't have very big hands. I'm not comfortable with this conversation already, but it's all right. I'll get through it. A lot of guys will just not have vegetables at all.
Yeah.
And that's a terrible thing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
When our kids were little, we would say to them, if you don't finish your dinner, you can't have your dessert. And their dessert were baby carrots. They totally believed that carrots were like this super treat.
Yeah.
So can you do the same thing with guys?
One of the tricks, that I'll often try with my husband is throwing the stuff into a smoothie. Make sure there's some protein in there, that it's not all just vegetables and fruits and, carbohydrates.
Right.
I mean, and there's always ways, in meals that you can just be adding extra vegetables, like burgers with a bit of grated zucchini and onion and, things like that.
Is there stuff that you should just not eat?
I mean, the things that don't have much nutritional value to them pop, right? Artificial sweeteners, aspartame, those types of things. Really, no use for them in the diet. Other things to watch out for are things like charred meats, so grilled meats.
Like barbecue?
Barbecue, yeah.
Okay.
So cooking meat, cancer-causing compound, these HCAs, are formed when meats are charred. However, we can reduce that risk by up to 90% by marinating the meats, right?
So we're not eating charred meats.
As often,
Right.
right? When you're choosing foods, you want to be getting the most out of them, especially when you want to watch your weight, right? And important that food tastes good for sure, but it can't just be about tasting good.
The body is just like a car and it needs fuel.
Yeah.
Unlike this Tesla, which just runs on our dreams of the future. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so you say that guys have to eat 5 times a day, right?
Yeah.
So walk me through a day. So I get up in the morning, I'm thinking about driving my Tesla.
Yeah.
Mike, what's the first thing I'm doing? So
Getting up in the morning, should definitely eat within an hour. What that'll do is it'll prevent your blood sugar levels from dropping, which will cause a spike, which will cause fat storage, okay, insulin production. So oatmeal, is a great one for men. Keeps your cholesterol levels down, especially your LDL, so that bad cholesterol. It'll help to keep those levels down. So if you can, a stovetop oatmeal.
Wait,
Steel
stovetop oatmeal? No, seriously. Let's say I'm not doing the Pioneer diet. What do I eat instead of stovetop oatmeal?
Come on, it's for your physique, right?
Fine, I'll get up, I'll put my britches on, and I'll go out to the barn and make myself some stovetop oatmeal.
Throw some protein in there as well. Okay. Collect the eggs from the chickens.
And eggs are okay?
Yep, eggs are okay. You don't want to go crazy with the eggs because they are a high cholesterol food. So usually I say about 4 hard-boiled eggs for a week.
They're the best kind of eggs to have?
If you're frying them up, you're adding extra oils to it. So hard-boiled is you're not adding anything.
All right, what's the next thing?
Lunchtime should always be a good protein source. So that could be tuna, it could be chicken, right? Grilled chicken. Basically, you want to be getting protein and vegetables as your base for your lunch.
So is there an optimum amount of time between eating and bedtime?
Yeah, so really through the day you should be eating like every 2 to 4 hours. Same thing at nighttime. At least 2 hours before going to bed, you should be having your meal, and up to 4 hours. Right,
up to 4. So 2 to 4 hours before. If I get up, have like a little ice cream sandwich just to get me going with a hard-boiled egg. And then mid-afternoon or mid-morning, I have like a baby-sized cone. And then lunchtime, I'm having maybe a medium chocolate sundae, something to really fill me up with a hard-boiled egg. That counts, right?
Not quite.
If I have a piece of fruit?
No.
Damn it.
Definitely not.